welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rachel Array and this is Array of Life. A long 9 months of trying to get my body back, but I wanted to share a few things that worked for me. I started my pregnancy at 145 pounds, which to me, I was working out and I'm not really a huge fan of the scale. I think it should define who you are. My pregnancy was anything but normal. I had hyperemesis gravidarum, and I had a midline. I was on bed rest for 6 months, so I definitely wasn't active. I wasn't eating much. I was very swollen from the fluids that were transferring into me every day because that's how I got my hydration. And I was on Zofran every 4 hours. So if you're new to Zofran, it's basically the medication that they give you when you're going through chemo so you can actually eat. So that's what I took. I was on that for 6 months. And then when I started to feel better and I was able to starting to actually go on walks and be more active, I found out that I had a chorioangioma, which was a tumor in my placenta. I had doctor visits 4 times a week. Basically trying to keep my baby alive, and that's a whole nother story, but I'll link my story below to share a little bit about that if you're interested. Going into giving birth, I weighed roughly like 205 pounds, and I was sad about it, but I stopped stepping on the scale, and even when I went to the doctors, I was trying not to look because I got really discouraged. But I was in the mindset of, we're just trying to get this baby here as healthy as possible. So that's what my body was made to do, and that's what I was gonna do. July 15th, I had a C-section. This is my second C-section, and I don't remember it quite the same. I think this time around it was a little bit harder, and I felt more pain. It was just very different. He was healthy and he was 8 pounds, 15 ounces. What more could I ask for? We started our breastfeeding journey. It was quite a journey. When I came home from the hospital, I wore sweats and I didn't take any pictures with my son because as soon as I had him, I didn't like the way I looked anymore, and it was like my purpose was gone because I let my body go a certain way, and then as soon as I had him, I was like, who is this? I didn't do any newborn pictures with him, and I totally regret it. I couldn't work out for the first 2 months, and you know, you're trying to eat carbs and trying to get this breast milk coming, and so many different things that come with trying to keep your milk supply up. I wasn't worried about how much I was eating, what I was eating. I was just concentrating on making sure he's fed. He's gaining weight because he lost so much weight at the beginning. It was just hectic. I started to go for walks around our block when he was probably 2 months old. I started to watch what I was eating and how much I was eating, and not just free for all, because my milk was in, I was doing good, I was building a stash. I needed to not use breastfeeding as an excuse to be able to eat what I wanted and how much I wanted. So when I started to get really serious about how much I weighed and losing the baby weight, Colton was 4 months old, and I bought a scale on Amazon. It's a digital scale. You can track it on your phone. I'll link it below. It was like $25, and you can get the app on your phone, and when I started to track it, I had lost 25 pounds in November. And I felt like I was kind of at a standstill at that point, like my weight wasn't really going down. That is when I started walking 3 miles a day with him. I was more self-conscious of what I was putting in my body and the health benefits for myself and for him. So I was trying to just find a good balance. When I started walking 3 miles a day, I was using the Sweat app, and then I also got this book. It's called Fit to Be Mom, and it's by Amber and this girl Catherine. They're through Instagram, and I'll link it below. But it basically tells you all the foods that you should eat, good carbs, good proteins, good fats, and it's something that I try to stick with because you need to consume enough food and nutrients for you to produce your breast milk. It tells you all the exercises to do and the exercises to avoid with it after you've had a C-section for like the first year. I think the hardest part postpartum is looking at everybody else's journey. I paid attention to, oh my gosh, she got back in her pre-pregnancy jeans in a month, and here I am 4 months later still in my maternity jeans. I remember putting on my pre-pregnancy jeans like every month to a point I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to cry about this. I was letting my body define who I am after having Colton, and I was so embarrassed. So these are things that started to work for me as far as just feeling good about myself again, was working out. And I couldn't do crazy workouts and lift weights like I love to do. Walking, like I just walked with him all the time. In the mornings I would make these super nutrient dense smoothies. This is what I put in my smoothie every morning. I put collagen peptides, peanut butter powder, and this protein superfood. And I also do organic baby spinach. I already added the almond milk into my Ninja blender, so that is what I have out. And then I also do chia seeds. I do 2 to 3 tablespoons. And then I also do a handful of triple berry blend. I get this at Sam's Club, and it lasts me a long time because it's legit 4 pounds. And then I started to meal prep with my husband, and he was really helping me and inspiring me to lose weight because he knew how much I was upset about the way I looked. This is an example of something that we meal prep: chicken, white rice. I'm just adding some avocado to it, and I also add some tapatio for flavor because chicken and white rice can get old, and then a bubbly, of course. So we would meal prep for lunch and dinner, but now that Colton's 9 months, I wanted to step on the scale, wanted to take a picture with him, and I wanted to compare that picture to the day that I went in for my C-section. And it's a big difference. My face looks different, my legs look different, my arms look different, I just feel different. At the end of the day, it's just my own time. It's my own postpartum journey. It's my own body working. And it's me just finding myself again. Our bodies do wonderful things. They produce these beautiful babies. My journey is different than the girl on Instagram that lost all her weight in 2 weeks. Like, I give you all the credit. I don't know how you do it, but everyone's different. I'm finally back to my pre-pregnancy weight, but I still want to work on finding who I am again and keep working out and getting my muscle back, finding my self-confidence in my postpartum journey. Reflecting back on some tips that worked, and I hope they work for you. You know, download that Sweat app. I pay $110 or $120 for the year, and you can have exercises in your own home. Now that I have exercise equipment, I do the power in the gym, and I just kind of work with what I have. And you need to take a look at that Fit to Be Mom book. I highly recommend it. It's a good read. It's super educational, and it helps you not only as far as losing the weight, but what types of food to consume and balancing your hormones again, good exercises to do after a C-section or after a regular birth. Just want to let you guys know that it is possible to lose the weight and everyone has their own journey. Take a picture of yourself and in a few months take another picture of yourself and compare the two, because the scale does not define who we are. To all my postpartum moms, I love you guys. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button because I need those. See you later.